Christian Men's Illustrated, the podcast, is Jeremiah Johnson with a long-lost friend of ours, Jake Waters. He's back from Hawaii, from the islands.
Yep.
That's America,
from
right?
The island, bro.
That's
yeah.
Hawaii. That's part of America. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Oh, this is super old school, but like Sarah. Do you remember Sarah Palin? She ran with John McCain back in the day, and she got in trouble because the one interview, she's like, "What?" She's like, "I read so much. I read all these articles and magazines." They're like, "Well, which ones do you read?" And they're like, she's like, she didn't have an answer like for anything that she reads. But then they asked her, they were talking to her about Africa, and she said Africa was a country, not a continent.
Really?
So she kind of screwed that one, like messed her up on that one. So like, no, Africa is a continent. It's not a country. There are a lot of countries in Africa. Anyway, it's kind of funny as like missions, like we say that a lot. I say it all the time. Like I've been to Africa. That's really kind of a very generalized. That's a very generalized statement. You know, like Africa is super huge, all kinds of dynamics. I've been to Central, Southern, Eastern Africa.
How much bigger than the United States is it?
That's a good question. We should look, because have you ever seen like there's a map of what the world really looks like instead of the map that we see? Have you ever seen this before? I should look it up while we're at some point talking, but there's like a different map, like what the world really looks like, and it's a different. We'll have to look it up sometime.
Okay.
So I can't.
Google Maps isn't going to have it.
Yeah, I'll show you something. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, so you're back from Hawaii. Give us the breakdown of Hawaii. For those of us that have not been to Hawaii, we need an explanation. It's like, what is heaven like?
Okay, so the weather is always perfect. So technically when you go in the summertime, that's usually their rainy season. The good thing about, so I can only speak for the Big Island, but because I haven't been to any of the other ones, but they kind of have like different climate zones. Like the higher up you go, the rainier it gets. But generally speaking, let's just say like 500 foot off of sea level, you're going to have really good weather no matter what. Even when it's raining, you're still in Hawaii. In the wintertime, it never really gets below like 60, 65. And then in the summer, it's never going to get above like, I think 90 would be outrageous. So you have this like really perfect climate. Sunsets are awesome. The beaches are awesome. But you do get tourists and all of that. So I love it there, but everything's just really expensive. And it's really kind of you know what I mean? The negatives kind of weigh down on it, but I mean, it is paradise. I mean, there's like avocados everywhere, avocados, mangoes, fruit. I mean, you could like literally live off the land if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there, so it probably is that why people are super comfortable there? So I was listening to a podcast of a guy who grew up in Colorado, then he moved to Hawaii, and they're talking about like island fever, that after like a few years, like he's like, everything stays the same there.
Yep.
Like there's the guy who owns the coconut shop that's been there for 60 years and nothing has changed.
Right, like the Truman Show or something.
You would think it'd be just, I guess, a place to get very comfortable because it's good weather and et cetera all the time.
Yep, I would love to live there, but it's just not, unless you got like big money. I mean, for me, it's just not financially feasible. Like, the jobs here are better as far as like what me and Rach are into. So,
how much could a person go to Hawaii for? Would it be like a couple? Would it be like, you're going to need like $3,000? You're going to need 4, 5. What would it be
for
an okay vacation? Like a like a vacation? A middleman's average vacation in Hawaii right now. Obviously, your plane tickets are going to vary based on where you're flying from.
So with our plane tickets, so you could get I'm going to say for like maybe $5,000. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, so if you pre-plan it and you get your tickets good, you're looking at like $600 a piece round trip, shopping them, you know. But then you also have to figure in food. But then if you're gonna, like, I was blessed, I got to stay with my mom, so we didn't have to worry about like hotels, which are probably going to be around $200 and up a night.
Yeah.
So then, but you also have to figure that everything is so expensive as far as food. So say if you're staying at a hotel, you're going to have to figure $20 on the cheap for a meal. You might be able to find some places that have like a local plate. But
Chili's? Is there a Chili's there? There are probably some of those places, right? I mean, clearly there's McDonald's and KFC,
they do have like McDonald's,
like that,
but like, so as where like you could get a meal deal at Wendy's for like $9 here or something, it's going to be like 14 or 15 there.
Yep.
So
that's like the one time I went to London. And I hate London, at least in my minimal experiences there, because like everything was so expensive. We're like, okay, let's go to McDonald's. And that was a while back now. It was like $15 for the ghetto McDonald's meal and things like that. So, yeah.
But if you live there, you could go to like Costco and you get, you know what I mean, still stuff cheaper. But I mean, it's more expensive than here. But you definitely want to like plan.
But I'm guessing the best part is just simply seeing the ocean, getting in the water.
Yes, the beach. Oh my gosh, there's this one place that's my favorite. It's a short little beach, but it's called Magic Sands. These waves just come in. Eventually it'll like wash all the. That's why they call it Magic Sands. It'll wash all the sand out and it'll be rocks. But like when the sand's in, man, me and my nephew were just rocking it on the boogie boards, wave after wave after wave.
And it's just that's clear water, right? Blue water.
Is it just like super aquamarine, like really cool clear color? Yeah. But you get like
turtles,
sea turtles, big turtles. Yeah, like probably about this big. Everybody trips out. They're like, the turtles. You can't touch them. But,
you can't touch them. Did you go not scuba, but
I
snorkeling?
didn't go snorkeling this time.
No? Okay.
No.
Just hit the boogie board?
Boogie board, yeah. It was pool.
No real
board.
surfing?
No.
Didn't get the longboard out?
No.
Surfing's hard, bro. Like I had the friend, the only few times, or hasn't even been a few times, but I have a buddy who was a surfer, but at the time he's like 6 years old.
Yep.
And surfing is a lifestyle. That's what I told people. Like people that are true surfers, it's like being a Christian or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you identify as that. There's a language.
Yep.
It's not a sport. It's a lifestyle.
Yep.
Because the first time I ever went was Crescent City, California, which is upper north.
Okay.
Northern California. And we're longboarding, right? I think that's a term, but like 10-foot boards.
Yep.
We're lugging out the 10 because like the dudes that are doing the tricks, those are like 6-foot boards.
Exactly.
But then there's like the old school dudes.
Yep.
That they just want to cruise. They're not doing. They're not busting. So then you got to get a 10-foot board out there. I was exhausted by the time I even got out to even try to catch a wave, and then you're just trying to get up. You know, first of all, just even trying to get up.
Yep.
You're like shaking, bobbing around, and like there's very few fat surfers. You ever seen a fat surfer?
I haven't.
You can't be a fat surfer. You got to be like in shape,
shredded.
Because you got to go. I was telling my boys like in one motion.
Yep.
You got to hop. You got to wait for the wave.
Yep.
It's coming. Paddle, jump up on that board and then start cruising. That's a 2 to 3 second ordeal.
Yes. Well, even on a boogie board to try to just catch the wave to where it's not just rolling you like a dishwasher machine or a washing machine. I mean, to get on top of it, you're right. There's a lot of technique and skill and everything that goes into it.
Yeah. So anyway, any other good stories?
No, it was a good time. I was kind of ready to get home though. The dogs, I was kind of stressed out about them and had.
Do you have any good Christian stories? Did you like talk to anyone about Jesus or?
Yeah, I got to have a lot of really good fellowship with my mom and stuff, and just kind of. She was like the one who, like, throughout my testimony, I told you, like, my dad and my mom, like, they would drag me to church the times that I did go. So, kind of like she had instilled faith into me to where when I knew that I needed it, I was like, we're Christians. So it was good to and we were doing like Bible study every night. It was really good. It was a good time.
Do you encounter a lot of Christians in Hawaii, like generally? That's
a big,
there's a lot of Mormons there, right? Isn't it? Because
I don't know.
Maybe Polynesians. I know when I lived in Utah,
Yep.
there was, if you see the BYU football team, there's loads of Polynesians.
Really?
Because the Mormons work that area big time.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
No, I know there's a...
Yep.
It's Christian, you know what I mean, mainly for the most part that I've encountered.
And then is it a blend? Do they blend in some of those Hawaiian beliefs or whatever that are...
Like the church where we got married at, no, it was straight up solid theology. And then like the church that I went to with my mom, it was solid, you know.
No, did you see any celebrities or?
No, I didn't see The Rock or anything.
Shaq wasn't there. The Rock wasn't there. No. Zuckerberg wasn't out there.
Oh, we did owns see Mark Wahlberg.
You saw Mark Wahlberg?
No, it was a dude who looked just like him in the water. My nephew's like, dude, it's Mark Wahlberg. I was like, no. It looked like him.
Okay, I don't think my wife looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, obviously, love my wife, think she's beautiful. I don't think she looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. But we were in St. George, Utah one time at just a hotel resort. Not a fancy one.
Right.
And this lady comes up and she literally swore my wife was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Really? Tried to get an autograph?
Yes, I'm not joking. She literally, and she's like, I really thought you were and everything. So
yeah, that's
like,
funny.
Okay. I mean,
like, well, I do charge
Iron Man likes her, so I mean, I guess I'll anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Okay, let's kick off with some stories. You got some stories to bust out to us?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, the first one. I don't know. Do we trust the government anymore? That's all this week.
That's exactly what I got. A whole bunch of stuff.
Okay,
I was thinking about.
Go for it, because I think I'm off everyone's team. I'm not Trump anymore. I'm not.
Right.
All these guys are.
Well, I feel like they spoon-fed us a bunch of baloney.
Yeah.
So this is what I got written down. Okay, the Epstein files.
That's So where I think a lot of people, they got to do something about that.
Well, that's what the part of the campaign was, transparency.
Yes.
Okay. Now, UFOs.
Yeah.
Or whatever they are. You know what I mean? These things that aren't
UAPs, orbit, they call them.
Yeah. I mean, something crazy, obviously, right? Okay, and then the Trump shooter. What's up with this guy?
You know what I mean? Why isn't Trump? I don't understand. I'm so confused about our government
Was it Iraq? Or, I mean, they can find out anything and everything about anybody, right? So they had to have, like, I've watched Forensic Files. They can track somebody just off a cell phone. Like, they found a body here. Then they knew that there was a cell phone that pinged there 4 months before. I mean, like, they know that. And then they track and find the guy on a burner phone. Or, you know what I mean? I've seen them do some stuff, and that's just for a murder. Talk about, like, this dude had major time. Okay, yeah, Secret Service is bad. But, I mean, they got to know.
Yeah. Number one, I'll bounce over just my cameras. Bongino, I think Bongino's lying. Yeah. Bongino's just, if you watch his old footage, never like a huge Bongino fan, but he's like, the government, this needs to be released. And if I was in there, blah, and you're in there now, bro. You're in the game. And now when he's been on Fox, he's very skittish, weird.
Not even the same dude.
He's not the same dude.
No.
He drank the Kool-Aid, something. Like then you get to Kash Patel, okay? Bouncing over my Kash Patel, you know something, like, right? And then he goes on Rogan and he's like, "What would I do this?" I'm like, yeah, we don't know you.
Yeah, we don't know.
Like, all these guys are like, well, do you think I'd really do that? Well, how would we know?
Yeah.
We don't know. None of us know you.
Exactly.
Like, they're acting like we just should assume that they're honest, upright people.
Like, we went to school together.
They've done nothing to earn that. Like, the government has done nothing to earn anything. And I think it just, like that Epstein, I mean, here's my prediction is, like, I just think, I don't care if Trump's on it. It's just, you just know they're covering for rich, powerful people.
Yep.
Now
just let us know.
Yeah, they're just covering for rich, powerful people at this point.
Yep.
Because they've shown us lowly people here, they've, like, decided, like, we're not giving you anything.
Right.
And we got to protect all the money powerful people.
Yep.
And that kind of thing. And clearly there's, like, this stuff is, like, it is scary because, like, all this stuff is real, like, deep state, like, how it all operates. I still think that's all. We don't really know that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Who is the deep state, who isn't. But clearly,
I mean, we deserve to know because obviously we elect these people and it's our government. They're, you know what I mean? They work for us, which I think a lot of people have, like, really forgotten about. But, like, they work for us and we vote them in. So we have a right to know. And they could probably claim in the name of security, but I don't want to be having Rachel keep secrets from me, or, you know what I mean? It's like, like us in the government, whether we want to realize it or not, we're in a relationship.
Yeah,
I mean, we pay them a lot of money out of our checks, and they watch out for us. So I just want to know some stuff. Put my tinfoil hat on.
Yeah,
take it off.
Epstein, they release a video, and then 60 seconds are missing, and they're like, "We don't know. Like, it just resets itself." Like, this is 2025.
Exactly.
This is 2025. Technology. You can't just take 60 seconds off. And then it's, I don't know, and they wonder why me, Jeremiah Johnson, doesn't believe we landed on the moon. Okay, this is why all the stuff that is going on is crazy. So
it just makes people not trust the government. Not that I've ever trusted the government, but like, when you think you got, like, a little bit of faith, and, like, yes, they're finally gonna let us know, and then no, nothing.
Yeah, and I think they drink the Kool-Aid, they get the money, the power, something is happening there, but they are, at this point, just lying to us. And it's not appropriate. It's not right.
Exactly.
And I hate that,
Me
just
too.
Like, so much. You really was hoping for something more. And Trump's doing some good things in some senses, but it's like, wow. So Rogan, podcasters, small and large, need to keep, like, calling to account.
Yeah.
Like, all these people, and hopefully some change will happen. So, okay, what else you got there?
Okay, so did you see that?
So boo on the government, boo on Trump, boo on everyone right now in the government.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so did you see this XAI? Elon's company, his AI company, got $200 million
from the government. Or okay,
so he was, like, talking about all this government waste. So everybody's kind of grinding his gears, like, okay, so you were with Doge talking about cutting government spending, but then you got $200 million, you know what I mean, from the government for your company. But also, on the other hand, to defend him, so did Google and then Apple, I believe. So
the AI game is. What do you do with that now? Like, I listen to so much podcasts, like, get back and forth. because it's like at the worst case scenario for me is like it's going to replace God. For many people, it's just going to replace God.
Yep.
Their God is going to be AI.
Right.
Borderline worship it, etc. And it's just going to remove, it's stealing our intelligence. Like there was a article that ChatGPT kind of things, like they're saying they let all these people and it dumbed down they were less productive, like less by using ChatGPT more. This stuff is like literally stealing our humanity. So I don't know what to do with it because I do appreciate technology. I like it, but it's like, it's just scary.
But then they're putting their trust in that. Like, so chat or Google supersedes actual knowledge because like, well, let me Google that or I'll chat it. But that's you're going on their trust. I mean, who knows where it got its information from? Is that actually true?
The way they said it, who said it? I liked it. They're just basically saying like, well, we're not going to pray anymore. Why would you pray, right? Because prayer is like effort, labor, and God doesn't answer us right away when we pray, right? It's like, God, what is blah, 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 blah. Where ChatGPT, Alexa, all those just answer us right away. So we're going to just depend more and more on that, less and less and less on God, etc.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. So
it sucks. But then this is my other question is, so you got all these different companies and I got like little tiny bits of stock and like all these AI companies. Yeah. But then it's like you have a bazillion different car companies, Well, which one do you get and which one's going to break down and which one's better? I mean, how do they really even know like which AI companies, like you got different servers? I don't know. I'm still lost in the whole sea of all these. It's like the gold rush,
Yeah. Then the other one with all this technology going on right now, the other one I listened to a whole podcast on was cloud seeding.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a company called Rainmaker. And if you listen to Sean Ryan podcast, he's got enough subscribers, but listen to him anyway. He has a great podcast. But Sean Ryan had the Rainmaker, the owner of Rainmaker on. So with this Texas flood, Rainmaker was doing cloud seeding the same week that this happened.
So cloud seeding is real?
Cloud seeding is absolutely real.
Okay.
They did it back in like the 60s.
All right.
Like in Vietnam War. Cloud seeding has been a thing for a long time.
Okay.
So now back Dubai, like a year ago, Dubai had all these floods from cloud seeding. And then, so the big thing is, I actually, the Rainmaker guy explained it really well. He's been on multiple podcasts, but it was on the Sean Ryan one. It's basically they launch up this stuff. It attaches these like solution chemical attaches and then creates droplets, and we're basically going to need cloud seeding. Like I do believe in it. We're going to need it because our reservoirs are emptying all across the country, and like all these are like
could be
scary,
beneficial.
but like so we're going to need it. But a lot of people are saying like, well, we're going to get all these floods and people are going to die, and so Rainmaker cloud seeded the same week that the Texas floods happened. But he explained it like, listen, we didn't have anything to do with that. Like we were in a different area. The winds, our meteorologists can prove that it had nothing to do with it, but people are still going to pounce on that anyway. So cloud seeding, very interesting.
Dang.
I believe in it. I think it's a technology that we'll have to use.
They should be helping farmers out.
That's what the goal is actually not to be in urban areas. It's to be like, actually they're in Montana, Idaho,
the Dakotas,
Utah, areas like our areas like that, farmers. And it's amazing, like, they're just saying, if I can dumb it down, if you're listening, it's just basically say Rainmaker. You can Google Rainmaker, cloud seeding. Basically saying, like, we can't produce enough. We don't have the ability to produce enough rain to, like, make this gargantuous flood and kill people.
Right.
Even though we can cloud seed, we have the ability to cloud seed.
Right.
It's a very developed technology that we know how to manipulate and use. Effectively, we can't produce that much rain.
Right.
So...
Yep.
Yeah, I listened to that 50-minute response because basically everyone's trying to blame it on cloud seeding, and the whole Texas flood thing is clearly a disaster. People die.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Horrible thing. So
yep.
Yeah.
Whew. Now, you think they've been cloud seeding Missouri this year? This is the wettest I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I don't know about that because it's a thing, and there's regulation. There is regulation, like of how to do it, when to do it, when you can do it, and
so the government does know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what they're saying. So again, the conspiracy theorists, what do we believe anymore? I don't know.
Right.
But the conspiracy theorists are like, could China use it? Right? Could it's weaponization. So like, that's what's scary about all these technologies is like they have such, I would say, good use cases. Like when you listen to podcasts on cloud seeding, go to Rainmaker, Google it, and you're like, wow, this makes so much sense. This is great. This is going to be a good thing. But then there's always evil. We live in an evil world. So then it's like you could weaponize that.
Yep.
And that's what we use it he made reference was it Vietnam War or something, like we weaponized and we cloud seeded and flooded out this area.
Okay.
Like the government did that.
Yeah.
So it can be weaponized.
Yep.
So China's going to weaponize it against us against them. Like there's just crazy stuff. Same thing. That's the whole scary part of AI.
Yep.
AI, you look at it like, this is great. This is going to like innovate and do all these wonderful things. But then you're like, someone's going to use it as a weapon.
Yep. Yeah.
And then that's what could kill all of humanity. In. Yep.
I mean, they could.
So who knows? All right. What else you got there? Any other good stories?
No, that's it. I'm up.
Yeah. I'm just mad at the government. I'm like, it's just all this stuff is making me more conspiratorial, which I'm not naturally a conspiracy person, but
right.
It's
and
like,
I try not to be either, or you know what I mean? Like something doesn't mean anything, or you know what I mean? Like people just get off on a tangent, but you know, okay, this is the other thing. Okay. So the JFK files. So what I read, like throughout all those thousands of documents, right? So it just kind of, and it was still redacted. None of it was like 100% all of the JFK files. But what it pretty much said was like, he went to Cuba, was like trying to be a communist, and then it was like trying to be a part of the Soviet Union or something like that. So, or he was pretty much like on this communist watch list. They took away his passport, right?
Yeah.
But then they still pretty much, not like the CIA killed JFK, but they pretty much let this psycho communist dude go down in there and didn't do anything about it. So, I mean, they pretty much let him do it.
Did they kind of guide him into that? Like, and lead him?
We don't know.
Was he technically an asset, or did they just kind of lead him down the pathway? And by leading him down the pathway, is it them doing it like, oh my god?
Or we're going to let this dude get in a spot where he can get a super good shot in.
Yeah.
You know, or like we know this is what he's kind of like the Butler dude, right?
Right.
We're going to let this dude get in an awesome spot to take a shot, and then whatever happens, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe Rogan probably needs to beef up his security, because I hope they don't kill Rogan. Like, you know, some of these guys that are like trying to tell the truth. Like,
Joe Rogan did not hang himself.
You gotta appreciate like Joe Rogan. Like I really appreciate, praise God for podcasting and this whole movement of that. At least what technology has done, because it has just shown that we have been bamboozled, we have been gaslit, we have been all this stuff by media that's just forming a narrative that they throw at us that is not real. You know, it's just scary.
Well, we pay him a bunch of money too.
Yep.
Taxes.
All right. So spiritually, you've been gone from the show for a while. What's God doing in your life? Spiritual thoughts that you have for us cooking up?
He's doing a lot. He's I'm growing. He's working on me. I just try to keep my mouth shut. It's one thing that I've had to tell myself, and I write it down, is just keep my mouth shut. But then I'm like, God, what do you want me to do? And it's grow. But then also patience. So patience has been a really good one, because I get put in situations where normally I would just want to freak out, but I just say, thank you, God. And it's taken a whole lifetime of getting to the point where I realize I'm in a spot where I just want to crawl out of my skin, but I'm like, this is really good for me. But to realize that the thing I hate that is good for me for patience, but I know that back in the past I was like, God, just help me to have patience. But that's also a very loaded prayer, because that might mean a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm quick to be like, Lord, help me with this. I'm not even going to say the P word. I'm just going to, I know that this is good for me. And so, I'm just starting to store more scripture and being happy.
I'm looking that up while you're talking, and it is a great passage of scripture for us. I would say it's an art, or a developed discipline. Maybe that's a better way to say it. James 1:19, understand this, my beloved brothers and sisters, let everyone be quick to hear, be a careful, thoughtful listener, slow to speak, a speaker of carefully chosen words, and slow to anger, patient, reflective, and forgiving.
Super good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amplified. But yeah, be a careful, let everyone be quick to hear, be a careful, thoughtful listener, slow to speak, a speaker of carefully chosen words, and slow to anger, patient, reflective, forgiving.
I like that. Forgiving. I love that, because that comes in part of it.
Yeah. It's, we live in such a, whether it's in or out of the church, like even today I was praying about some stuff of like, I just get frustrated with people.
Yep.
Of which I am a people, but how, we don't do stuff right in our interactions, our words with each other, and our interaction with each other relationally is sometimes just so unhealthy, in the life of the church too. And I was kind of, as more like meditating on like conflictive or conflict kind of things. It's like, I'm always frustrated. Like if we're in conflict or we feel like we're getting there in relationships with each other, why can't we just deal with that? Why can't we just talk through that? Why can't we, sometimes as a pastor, why do I have to find out via third, fourth, fifth, sixth person that you're upset with me about said topic?
Exactly.
And you were willing to go to all those people and around all those circles and not even talk to me about it, of which I am the center of your frustration.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand that,
Yep.
And I understand it's hard to have tough conversations. It's hard to sit down and, with people and be like, hey, Jake, like, let me express this frustration I have.
Exactly.
To you about you that I have about you right now.
Right.
Those are not always easier, but it's easier than the other way.
Yep.
Right. And the other way is so much more disastrous because it just lays waste and is so highly unproductive. So I feel like I am a controversial person or a confrontational person, or I'm okay with it. But
I am too.
And I don't always like it, but it's just,
That's what you got to do.
It's like the great John Mayer. Say what you need to say. Just say what you need to say. And hopefully you can do that in a loving, forgiving, thoughtful, carefully chosen manner, but you still got to say it. We still got to have those interactions, those relationships with each other.
As my boss would say, a courageous conversation.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you got to do.
Yeah. And it's easier when those conversations are much easier when you're in a relationship with a person.
Yes.
When you're disconnected with a person, then if you have beef and issues, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're like, well, I don't have any relationship with that person, but now I have to go talk to them about said topic, issue, conflict, and it's going to be a lot harder to work through that. So
it's way better to just, I can't deal with not having conflict resolution. It's very hard. I would rather be like, hey, so this is what I'm thinking, and this, you know what I mean? Even if it's to a fault, I would much rather deal with it like that. Just have the conversation instead of letting something like that grow and grow and grow and overthinking about it,
Yep.
I think it's much healthier to have conflict resolution, but it is a very difficult river to navigate down.
Yeah. I'm just looking at more Bible verse here. We're sitting here talking scripture. Proverbs 16:32. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit, than he who takes a city. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city.
So you're better to be slow to anger than somebody who's just like a powerhouse taking over. Yeah.
Yep. When words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent.
Yeah.
So,
boy, it's a difficult
Proverbs
thing to do.
10:19. Yeah, the more words you say, the greater potential for.
Yep. But I've noticed
volatility.
I wouldn't be at the spot to recognize that stuff if it wasn't for like the Holy Spirit guiding me and then discerning me, like slapping me out. No, don't do it. Don't. You know what I mean? And I don't have it perfected. It's definitely a work in progress, but it's definitely a God thing to help me get to this point.
Yeah. I think timing is one other thing that I think about is time. Because here's what I don't disagree with the Bible. So the Bible is clearly correct.
Right.
But like one I've thought about is like, don't let the sun go down in your anger.
Right.
Like, but there's been some times where like, I can think of one situation in particular where I was like, this is probably one of the most conflictual moments in my ministry. It's like a while ago now, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
That person is not going to listen to this podcast, but it's kind of like I was like, I'm not going to let the sun go down in my anger. And then like I confronted the person. I was like, I think I should have let the sun go down.
Right.
So that's always an interesting one for me. It's like the timing of dealing with conflict, because there is in most scenarios in the life of church, I would say relationships, and I'll say church, like we let conflict go on way too long.
Right.
It's like, I know, Jake, I know you're mad at me. I've known that for like 3 months.
Right.
But I don't want to get in a fight,
Yep.
That's way worse.
Yeah.
Like get in a fight and get it over with.
Exactly.
Then let it linger for like 6 months. I've never seen that work out.
Right.
I've never, ever seen, when there's conflict and you let it linger, I've never in one scenario seen that turn out to be a good thing.
No.
It's always ended horribly.
Exactly.
Or worse than before.
Well, especially if you're still...
And it's just like, I wish I would have just, even if it led to a fight and that person broken a relationship, I should have done it earlier.
Yeah, and I would much rather somebody let me know how they feel instead of being a snake, too.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? That's one thing I'm like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Words are powerful.
They are. They are so powerful. I mean, think about this. God spoke the world into existence.
Yep.
The things that we say, whoever said sticks and stones will break your bones and words will never hurt me. Words are extremely damaging and powerful, but they can be uplifting too. So it's a blessing and a curse, but they are very, very powerful.
Yeah. I trust in Jesus. Okay. Yep. I don't trust the government anymore, but I do trust Jesus. His word has not let me down.
That's right.
Stay committed to that. So Jake Waters is back, everyone, from Hawaii. All right.
Yep.
Aloha, or what's the goodbye?
Yeah, it's aloha coming and aloha going.
Talk to you later.
Yep.